Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Yes, I know, you guys. I'm watching the crypto, gold, silver markets. I'm watching them all. I got some interesting updates on my stock watch you guys will probably enjoy. So yes, I've spoken to quite a few of you who lost a lot of money when Bitcoin was at its peak and then dropped down big time. My suggestion to everybody was just hang on to the tokens if you can. Eventually, they would rebound. I didn't know it was going to take this long, but at least it is rebounding. And some of you I spoke to about that, unfortunately, you were forced to sell your cryptos, what was left, and you took a huge hit. And a good portion of you were able to just put the cryptos aside, ignore them. Now that the market's exciting again, you guys went back to find out not only did you recoup your money, but now there's a little bit extra in there. So I'm happy for you. Just be careful, because now that it's running again, I don't want you to get overly excited, keep it in there, and then all of a sudden find out again that it tanked. So only use discretionary funds when you buy this, and you might want to take out some of it if you're worried about losing it all again, or just leave it there and let's see what happens. But let's get into this. Before we get started, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold and silver, head on over to our friends at Miles Franklin. The link will be down below in the description. When you make your purchase, make sure you use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they'll take care of you. If you have any additional questions, you can reach us over here at this phone number or over here at this particular email. For all orders over $10,000, reach out by email and we'll make sure that you get a great deal. So come on over to Miles Franklin and add to your precious metal inventory. Okay, although Bitcoin did get above 68,000, it has come down just a little bit. It says $67,820.39. Ethereum's at $3,717. Solana, look at that, man. It is at $130.70. XRP, it's still moving and it's up to 64 cents. Dogecoin is up to 19 cents. Look at that. Cardano's at 76 cents. Shiba is at 404. That's really good. Avalanche is at $42.90. Polkadot's at $9.90. Chainlink's at $20.64. Polygon is at $1.13. What's going on with Litecoin? Man, it needs to get a rocking and a rolling. It's at $89.95. Look at Terra Luna. It did drop that zero after all. It is at 3019 and moving. It did get up there pretty good and just came down just a little bit, but it's still progressing right along. Satama ain't doing crap. This sucker's tanking and tanking. It's just getting worse and worse. Gold is above $2,100. You guys, look at this. $2,112.70. Silver got above $24 for a second, just came down just a little. $23.94 per ounce. If I come over here to my stock watch list, I still want to add more stocks. So on November the 9th, we went in at this price right here, $10,000 buy-in. This is the number of shares we were given. This is the current price per share right now as of today. This is what our total holdings is, but if you take away the $10,000, this is our profit. So right now, just since November the 9th, we got $8,674.89 profit on Bitcoin if you had a $10,000 buy-in on November the 9th. Ethereum has $8,420.73 profit. Honeywell has an $814.16 profit. Invictus, I'm negative $2,444. Nvidia, I am up $8,154.85. Kicking butt. Drexion, man, I keep hoping this one to come around. I'm only down $179, but I like to see it move a little bit better than where it is. It did come up from the last time I showed it, but even so, I like for it to go up more. First Majestic, we are up $374.22. Now here comes the biggie. Remember I spoke about this one? Intelligence Biosolutions Inc. It was 60 cents on November the 9th. Last week it was like $4.24. It is currently at $5.57. Had you put $10,000 down on that bad boy, you would have a profit after you take out your initial $10,000 investment of $82,833.33. Whew, that's what I'm talking about. Astrospace, man, this one isn't going. I know there's all kinds of news about it. I keep waiting for it to take off. I don't know. We'll give it another couple weeks, and I'm gonna probably drop it. It's costing me $3,548 loss. Vertex, I am up $2,342.94. Occidental Petroleum, I am down $49. Vera Therapy, I have a profit of $19,745.85. Nice. Rumble, I am up $6,275.40. Netflix, I am up $4,192.57. And Super Micro Computer Inc., I am up $30,344.74. So overall, my profits since November the 9th, 2023 is $165,952.63. Over here in gold and silver, I am up $796.32 on gold, $473.06 on silver. I got a profit of $1,269.38. So my overall investment, if I put $10,000 in all of these, was $170,000. After I take out that $170,000 original investment, I am up $167,222.01. That's where I currently sit. That's just since November, so that's about 5 months. Not too shabby. But I do got some concerns coming up, and I'll explain it right when we go to this next section. So this isn't a good thing. I told you there's these people around here, in case you haven't figured out who they are. We won't mention the Democrat's name. They absolutely, positively look like they're purposely trying to destroy this country from inside out and put a lot of people on unemployment and make them homeless. Look at this new law that is passing.
Hey, what's up, guys? John here. In 12 days, side hustles will become illegal in America.
Side hustle could soon be classified as a second job,
thanks to new labor rules unveiled by the Biden administration this week.
The move has riled some companies who rely heavily on gig workers, whose costs could increase by as much as 30%.
On January 9th, the Biden administration issued a rule that could curb gig work, and this would go into effect on March 11th. Well, the very next day, January 10th, the U.S. Department of Labor published a final rule replacing the current test for determining whether a worker is an employee or an independent contractor under the Fair Labor Standards Act. So now this is law. So in 12 days, this is what's going to happen. Presently, 50% of Americans have a side hustle, even if they earn $100,000 a year. And 80 million people have a side hustle in America, 80 million. And now what companies are doing, both small and large, is they're auditing themselves to position themselves for when they get audited from the IRS. Because now what's happening is the IRS is looking for misclassification lawsuits. They're looking to audit these companies to see if they have gig workers, see if they're underpaying certain employees, seeing if they have workers that should be classified differently. And if they do, they're going to be hit with penalties, interest, fines. It's absolutely crazy. If you look at what's actually happened inside the IRS, they've hired 30,000 agents, spending $80 billion on these 30,000 agents. Where are they going to get a return on that money? Well, of course, going after businesses. And that's what we're going to be walking into on March 11th in 12 days. I'm going to break down the facts and show you exactly what's coming and why I believe this could be a really big domino to fall for the U.S. economy. When you look at where consumers really stand with household debt, auto loan debt, credit card debt, I mean, the debt is out of control. And when you take away one's ability to earn an income from a side hustle, odds are you're going to start seeing more and more defaults and delinquencies.
So what happens when people start struggling with money? What happens with people if they lose their side hustle? Well, then the supplemental income that they had is now taken away from them, and they start to panic. So if they're investing in a stock market or gold and silver or even cryptos, what do they normally do? Well, they have no choice. They sell them. So what does that do to the market? It saturates it. That's why usually when you see a market crash, you'll see a dip in stocks, gold, silver, cryptos, right? So if you see a dip in the price, who cares? Like I said, don't pay attention to the price. Just keep accumulating gold and silver. But you seen the price for gold is up above $2,100. I believe that's a new record high. People are going to be so desperate for money if you keep screwing with them the way this administration is. And what do you think is going to happen to all these businesses when you keep implementing all these weird kind of laws and rules? They shut down. California is almost a ghost town. If you go to San Francisco, it is extremely pathetic. There are very little businesses standing. All the little shops and knick-knack places you used to go to, gone. That means there's no jobs there. And if these people don't have jobs, like this man said, then you can't make your mortgage payment, you can't make your car payment, and that's very stressful on a lot of people. For those of you who are holding on to gold and silver, and something should happen to you, you'd be very happy that you bought into it because you have something to fall back on a little bit as needed. But for those of you who are not panicking, this would be a good time to start picking up more. Just be prepared, but don't let the markets fool you, because this is how the rich get richer. They wait for opportunities like this when people are desperate and they start selling off all of their assets to make money just to get by.
January 10th. This is set. The Fair Labor Standards Act requires employers to provide minimum wage and overtime pay to qualified employees, but not to independent contractors. Many employees, especially full-time employees, are also entitled to various statutory benefits, such as state law paid sick leave, entitlements, workers' compensation benefits, unemployment benefits, and the benefits under the employee ERSA-governed benefit plans, such as health insurance policies, 401k plans. Failure to provide classified workers as employees can therefore result in substantial damages and penalties, even if the misclassification is unintentional, as described in more detail below.
You see that? If they can find a way to close you down, they're going to do it. If you misclassify an employee, even if it's unintentional, then you still are going to get hit hardcore. See, this is how you know it's planned. When they hire some 30,000 IRS agents, why would you think you need to have that many IRS agents unless you had something in mind? They did. And this is what they're doing. So I just wanted to show you this part of this particular video. I will give you the link so you can come check out the full video. But I'm just saying, it's going to start a domino effect. The labor numbers are wrong. The job numbers are wrong. They're counting people who have more than one job as employed. What you need to pay attention to is the job participation numbers. Just keep on stacking. Just look at it this way. This is truly being out of the system. This is a way to preserve your family's wealth. This is a way to stay out of the system. Anyways, I look forward to your comments. I'll catch you later. I am out.